Yo, what's up, my friends? Today I'm going to discuss the fourth episode of Rock is Our Lady's Modesty. We open by retelling a scene from a fresh perspective. Last episode, we had a scene with Lilisa and her stepsister Alice. From Lilisa's perspective, this episode we get more of the headspace, the inner workings, thought processes of her stepsister Alice. After some delectable euphonic violin playing by Alice, her teacher is gushing over her. And Lilisa obviously does not have the skill for the violin, so it's a bit grating on the ears. And here we see that any bit of annoyance out of step for Alice, it breaks this thin veil visage she has of proper demeanor. She is seething with contempt shallowly beneath the surface at all times. Personally, she feels invaded. Her mom dies, and now this new mom and a random girl have become a staple in her life, an inextricable part of her life. She thinks not. She believes her dad's been taken advantage of, and she wants to go back to being just her and dad, which is a somewhat natural perspective to have, a stance to take. Although, I don't think she needs to be as mean to her sister as she is, but that's beside the point. After that encounter, we get hit with the longest conversation we've had thus far between Lilisa and her mother. And this got me. I was not prepared. She begins talking to Lilisa as she practices her violin a little bit more, asking her pretty easy breezy questions, superficial, not so deep. She asks her, how are you enjoying the violin? And Lilisa says, it's great, love it. Although she's most likely fibbing a bit. But then Lilisa's mother hits her with the vapid, soulless, possessed eyes staring into the void, but with a calm, light, fluffy tone, even better than the guitar. And that question sends shivers down your spine. The weight of her expectations that she's inflicting and forcing on Lilisa is absurd. Her mother has sold her soul for this new part in life. She's bought this opulence by selling her soul, by selling a part of herself. She's foregone even giving life to her daughter's interests and passions. No, everything about her daughter and herself has to be completely reshaped and reformed to fit the mold of their new lifestyle. Because in her eyes, it's precarious and it could dismantle at any moment. And with this conversation, I've gained so much more appreciation for Lilisa because I completely understand her reticence, her reluctance to play the guitar again with the amount of enforcement and perturbed behaviors and interest her mother is inflicting on her. Imagine also your dad dies, you have no other siblings. This is your lone only source of blood in your life, blood relative. Placing all of that pressure on you to conform to a completely opposite lifestyle than the one you were accustomed to the one you loved and enjoyed and smiled, laughed. But Lilisa, despite it all, remains optimistically obstinate. She's cheery and fiery and stubborn. And even though she completely understands the gravitas of what her mother is asking of her and the new role she has been thrust into and the conforming she must partake in, at the same time, she will not relent now that she has made the choice to play guitar again with Otaha. So having that support with Otaha is huge. And I think part of the reason why she is so optimistic and cheery. Now, the rest of the episode is mostly concerned with Lily-san Otaha having a jam sesh after school, and they're interested in finding new members, a bassist and a pianist or keyboardist. But before they can find one, they found an opening at a symphonic band called Red Family, and they have an opening for a bassist and a drummer to help in a show this weekend. So they apply and get in, which is the image you see before you. We end the episode with them arriving and first meeting this band, Red Family. A group of older individuals, for the most part, average age 40. And I'm curious to see how Lily-san Otaha play with an actual band. And this isn't a rock band, it's a symphonic band. So I'm curious to see how that will unfurl. But before we get there, while they're playing together, we get hit with some insane. Let me quote Otaha some of these, and I quote: "She loves mashing against a partner who responds in kind," or, and I quote, "getting down and dirty for the first time." Or when she's asked who she wants to play with, she replies, and I quote, "willing to play with anyone who wants to be rough and dirty. There is a reason Otaha is best girl." Oh my gosh. And this anime knows exactly what it is. And the flimsy excuse of how music is the medium by which the Yuri antics devolve, fine by me. It's a great excuse. And honestly has a lot of easy carryover with the euphemisms. Wonderful, intelligently designed Yuri antics. We also get Alice again. After school, she finds a kitty. A little black cat crosses her path, and she's enamored by it. We get to see this light, kind, the normal 15-year-old girl energy you would think for a bright, bushy-tailed 15-year-old who has great standing. She can smile and laugh and enjoy the cuteness of an animal, It just so happens to lead her to the abandoned building, though. And she thinks she sees Lilisa playing the guitar. She goes up there, opens the door, but no, Ota's on the piano and Lilisa's practicing the violin. She's skeptical, but because of Otaha's immense presence, she bows her head immediately. The Kuragani family carries gravitas in this world, and Alice knows full well of the weight that family name carries. Thus, this sways her snooping, prying, skeptical eyes away from the truth of the matter and allows the deception Otaha and Lalisa have been carrying on with precede accordingly. Although we are in for a bit of turbulence in next episode, because at this concert that they are going to play in with the Red family, just so happens Alice was asked by one of her friends, classmates, to attend this concert, this Midoriya Fair festival with her. So I am curious to see how Otaha and Lilisa tread and navigate the turbulent tides next episode and squeeze and weasel their way out of that situation. How are they going to play in a symphonic band and not be noticed by Alice and her classmate who also attends the same school? Quite curious. That's about it for the episode, though. Let me know what you guys thought. Anyways, peace.